Hey guys, and welcome back. I'm Tara Aleshire. I want to start today with a 1 year memory. 1 year ago, it was Valentine's Day, and my Justin, was driving by the city hall. He had to go to the recycling center or something like that, but he noticed a whole ton of vehicles that were at City Hall. Shane's vehicle, Daryl's vehicle. No, Daryl wasn't even a counselor, remember? Um, so he did his thing at the recycling shed, and then he came inside to see what's going on. And of course, in Tony's office, it's Tony and Daryl, and then at the threshold was Justin Rosencrantz and Shane Downey. My Justin saw in the communal space that there was donuts, and so um, just to have a reason to be in there, and just was like, oh yeah, and he loves donuts. He walks over to grab a donut. He goes, "Oh, donuts!" And Shane goes, "Yeah, I had them. I brought them in because they were at um the morning meeting at Public Works, so I brought them up here." And right before he wants to lift the top, there's a little note, and the note says, "Donuts from the snake." So Justin just politely puts it back down, doesn't say anything, and then leaves, whatever. So naturally, we were told to let Suzanne and Jamie know when these things are happening, and my thought is this was shortly after, like uh, the third louder mill, where Jamie and Suzanne finally got it that this is ridiculous and that they are trying to target Justin. So we called them, we let them know, and they looked into it, and apparently they said something. I'm not really sure, but you'll notice if you go back and if you're rewatching that big long video, you'll hear Jamie reference, well, he was the donuts from the snake. That's what she's making reference to. It's Shane. And when I talked to them, I just said, I'm having a hard time understanding how that kind of morale is okay. Like, you're literally bringing toxicity from Public Works, bringing it up to City Hall, sitting there and spreading it because you know for a fact that note's going to create conversation. But that's the kind of stuff that continues to happen, will always happen. And I just thought it was appropriate because it was 1 year ago today. So, anyway, here we are with episode 3. Welcome to Do Your Worst. Before we get into the story, I just want to start by saying this is actually an ongoing thing that just currently came out. And so I really want to ask for just respect for the actual resident and the family involved, because I've been reaching out to them. I am planning on helping them kind of walk through, maybe even, if we can, get the CAD report and the body camera footage. I know that that can be daunting for some people. So, but it's a big story. It's a huge story. It's an unbelievable story. Not unbelievable to us because, of course, this is what always has happened. But to the public, it's shocking what has been swept on the rug, what you didn't even know was happening. One more thing I want to talk about now, so when you get to the end, it makes sense. So I'm going to be telling the story of the episode and letting you understand that I am clearly trying to show the double standards, and nothing is ever always in chronological order. I try, but sometimes it makes more sense to grab pieces and put them in different places. But at the very end, I thought it was most appropriate, after telling you this story, that I would then add the clip of the Daryl Johnson interview on 6/23/25. That was the day that he got appointed. Yeah, right. Back to council. And then After that, I put the 2 clips that I received for the parking lot footage. Now, this is the parking lot footage that I'm telling you, it's a hate mob. The exact words were, it was bad. It was wild. It's loud voices. It's very loud voices. Um, we, as in basically Scott Williams and I, because that's who they're always after. Yeah, we were hot. I mean, you can imagine why I was. I mean, I knew exactly, you'll hear me say it. I know exactly what's coming. And it's a visceral reaction. I knew what was going to be happening. And not to mention everybody in that Daryl Johnson interview. Like she tried to say I should have got the gavel. I didn't even speak first. I didn't speak till all the Daryl Johnson supporters were chirping back at Susan. So it was a chance for me to be extremely transparent and just give you the footage, because it doesn't embarrass me, because I am a normal human who just watched a total crooked mess of a good old boys system literally ignore all the applicants, and they already had Daryl picked. It was infuriating for a lot of people, not just me. And the best part is that I know they were trying to say that I was loud, disruptive, and all these things, but right before, or actually before anybody really gets outside, you can see one of the Daryl supporters go off to the side with Suzanne's husband, and he just wanted to talk to him. And this guy starts using profanity at Tim. And so it wasn't just us. There was a lot of people with a lot of emotions. I mean, it was a very odd meeting. Let's just say that. But what didn't happen is none of us got in a physical altercation with a resident or with somebody else. Unlike the story you're about to hear, where a city employee sent a 67-year-old man to jail. On the morning of January 29th, 2026, a physical confrontation between a City of Rice Lake employee and a resident on Gothenberg Road that resulted in the arrest and jailing of the 67-year-old resident for alleged assault. This incident coincidentally coincided with the date of the public termination of Justin Aleshire, a public works employee since 2017. While the official reason for Aleshire's firing was for his alleged safety violations and failure to perform equipment pre-checks, such as checking cold transmission fluid or honking the horn, his history suggests a deeper pattern of conflict and targeted harassment within the department, city staff, and council members. Aleshire claims that the resident involved in the assault has been systemically harassed and agitated by Public Works supervisor and staff, specifically naming Shane Downey, Justin Schendel, and Justin Rosencrantz. The friction had reportedly peaked before as well in the summer of 2024, when the resident began following Justin Schendel around the city after he alleged that Schendel was using the city work truck to perform multiple personal side jobs at his mother's property on the clock with city equipment. During the 2024 incident, department leadership either appointed council member Daryl Johnson and or Public Works Supervisor Shane Downey allegedly instructed Schendel to call 911 rather than to de-escalate. It is alleged that dispatch advised him to drive several more routes to allow for more time for the sheriff's deputy to reach the Public Works building before he returned. This led to a police response, allegedly resulting in the resident facing fines and court appearances. The pattern of events and behavior from City of Rice Lake suggests that the January 29th assault may not have been an isolated event, but rather a culmination of longstanding personal grievances, intentional agitation, targeted harassment, and alleged misconduct by those specific City of Rice Lake Public Works staff listed above. In a recent Facebook post that's circulating by Angie Kaczynski, she writes, "The City of Rice Lake needs to take a hard look at what happened recently involving one of its employees. According to what has been reported and witnessed, a city employee was allegedly using a city vehicle on company time to plow a private driveway. When a 67-year-old veteran questioned this, the situation escalated. It's alleged that the city vehicle was left running and not properly secured, rolling towards an intersection, and that a physical altercation occurred in which the older individual ended up in a snowbank. Despite this, the veteran was the one arrested after police were called by the employee, who is decades younger. If these allegations are accurate, this raises serious concerns about the misuse of city resources, public safety, and how incidents involving city employees are handled. Veterans, seniors, and residents deserve fairness and transparency. I'm calling for a full, independent investigation and for the city to release clear information about what happened. What you're about to hear now are multiple audio clips from Supervisor Shane Downey's office, either in a morning meeting or in the Public Works building itself.
You guys excited to drive around in circles on presents today?
I'm just gonna drive up and down Gothenberg Road today.
Yeah.
Well, just avoid where that cone's at, and
Here,
Is there a cone?
I put
take
a.
this one with you when you go up. Just drive back and forth, and then when he calls, answer this one. He's actually never called me.
Yeah, I put
No,
that.
he just pulls people over and fucking harasses them and expects that they fucking talk to him. It's like, you ain't my supervisor, dude. Go fuck yourself. You wanna talk to somebody, go talk to Shane. And tell him to fuck.
goddammit!
Yeah, and then tell him to fuck off again to his face like you did before.
Did he say, I don't
Oh no, he said fuck you. That's what it was. He pointed at you and said fuck you.
Well, that's because I got in between you two. I
Oh.
told you to fucking go into the shop.
No, you said, hey, we don't talk like that around here. He goes, hey, fuck you.
Yeah, I said, let's not talk like that. I said, can we just have a fucking normal conversation? Like, just settle down.
Mhm.
Fuck
Yeah.
you!
Yeah,
I
it was
just
just
go
like,
back after him again. I'm like, fucking Christ, get in the shop.
Yeah, just
yeah, it
out of
was
sight,
just
out of
like
mind.
instant rage. Like, you look at him and you're like, what the fuck is the matter, dude?
Yeah.
Is your wife fucking another dude or something? Like, why are you taking your shit out on everybody else?
Sounds like I'm not good at that.
No. No, I'm not into old girls.
I've never seen her ever.
That's what I don't know is I don't know. I've never even seen her around. I haven't seen her in like 5 years, dude.
Well, I don't drive. I just drive Gothenburg maybe once a week or so. But I don't.
Name
Every
is
time I've
Sandy.
been down, I've never seen her out in the driveway.
I've never seen her, so I don't know if they're even together anymore or what. But her name is Sandy. It's weird.
Well, not like right across. I mean, across. There's all those fucking little kids and shit. I don't think some people fucking.
I don't see.
Fuck off my property! Those psychos.
I don't see anybody over there when I drive, like either side.
Yeah. So you go when you're coming off of Halloween in here.
Mhm.
You're heading up, you go just past his house.
Yep.
There's that fucking dip, and then that
Yep.
kind of newer house.
Yep.
They have a bunch of kids, or not? I don't know. A bunch. I've a couple
Yeah.
different times. There's a few kids.
I don't see anybody in that area really.
Well, I drive up and down there every day.
You turn around the wrong end of fucking Gothenburg.
Drive past Dana's maybe once or twice a day.
Got blinders
Or
on.
at him.
We understand that.
Or I do 90 miles an hour past his house. See if I can get him to chase me down. You're speeding!
Yeah, that.
Dana's gonna see that truck and go, what the fuck? We need a light.
Oh, I can't fucking wait. He's gonna lose his
Yeah.
fucking mind. Oh, he's gonna fucking lose.
I think we should fucking, first thing we should do is use it and we should go by his house and we should set up a
Thanks, Dana.
Tommy
Thanks
back
for
in, pull it back up, just keep fucking.
Was it
So they can add stuff to it and you'll be able to see it. So the only thing with that is don't put it first.
Yeah,
But they
like
can,
nap time.
yes, well,
I didn't mean to put that in there, guys, sorry.
you can delete that too if you don't want that.
Where's that thing?
Barbecue at Dana's Gothenburg.
Yeah. Alright. Yeah, Dana was at the meeting last night. He walked in and he went right up to the sheriff and he goes, thanks for the tickets, asshole.
makes a huge scene right away. And you could tell he was just pacing around waiting to get his moment to bitch, and he stood up like he was getting ready to bitch, and then
Where at?
his wife said, Dana, sit down, it's not your turn. And then she ended up walking out, and then Dana ended up walking out. Nothing ever happened, but the sheriffs went up to him and talked to him. And I think they basically said, like, if you're disturbing the peace at these meetings, you will get charged with disorderly conduct, and we will pull you out here. So, but yeah, he was ready to bitch about something, and then the sheriff shut him down real quick, and he ended up just leaving. But he showed up, and I was like, oh god, here we go. It's gonna be a scene, and it was starting to, and then the sheriff shut it down real quick. So, thank God.
The council meeting?
Yeah. Reach his own mailbox.
He is pretty short.
Yeah, he is.
Go down there, there's
It's like-
somebody.
it's a ghost town.
It's always, there's for sure somebody walking.
Actually, I don't think I drove down yesterday. So, yeah, never mind.
I drove up and down.
I went to-
Sometimes. Put the boxing gloves on, just big red gloves on the steering wheel. Like for the end of the
So convinced.
He was fucking scared when he came up to me. He was like shaking, dude. Yeah, like he was like shaking, like bitch. You could see him, super nervous, scared. Cause I mean, he's basically, he's pushing the limits.
Scary.
Right, shakes
Fucking
fucking
in the
back.
back. He's gonna fucking probably shoot you or something. He must really fucking barely seen you.
I just think it's hilarious.
There must be some backstory that you're not telling us that long.
Yeah, I honestly don't know.
What really happened? Did they get pushing down?
You know,
I've seen that before. Bill poppers and that heads and shit. But yeah, they just hate. They just pick some guy. When we're on Holyoke down there for a party. When a campsite was showing up there, these three guys were just fucking started glaring at me like, yeah, shop backs.
I think we need to start that here.
Insane. I don't, well, I think I'm sure we always pay some more taxes for safety.
Wow.
Yeah.
Fucking
You
dude.
know, it's as long as he knew you were safe.
You probably asked to pay his taxes and that. Alright, I'm almost done over here.
Okay, thank you.
There is smart people in play, and I'm complimenting you, but there is manipulation tactics to cover up certain behaviors. And all we've ever wanted was a why. Like, why did you start hating him? I'm just curious. Like,
I don't hate Justin.
what was it that spurred this?
When we saw behavior and activities that didn't seem right for an employee, we started digging into it.
Okay. So can you elaborate on that? Because the first initial thing was that he didn't call and get approval for a truck window switch.
Correct.
And he got 3 days suspension. The city, for once, just needs to own up to some of the behaviors that have been happening. Or all of them. Are the people who, the staff that are involved in a lot of this extra stuff, not this per se, are they going to be talked to? Does anybody get talked to about behaviors?
The bullet points and stuff.
He was accused of theft. They tried to say that not only did he steal them, he didn't come back to work. We have video camera footage of the 8 minutes he dropped these off on our property that were bought, paid for, like all the things.
In a city vehicle on city time. I don't think his intention was to steal at all.
Because he
But-
didn't.
He took something from city property without asking.
He got you 11 extra racks for free.
I understand that.
Okay, let's switch gears then. Rosencrantz. I hate even saying this because I know he's in grievance, in greeting, but we've been there too, and you've been there too. Life still goes on. The amount of stuff that that man has gotten away with that he would have been crucified for is unbelievable. We have the union video now. You can clearly, have you seen the union video? Because Rosencrantz sits there, it's not going to be a problem with council. Where do you think he would get that much confidence? Do you think he would say that it's not going to be a problem with council?
No, Justin obviously was concerned.
Yeah. No, but I'm saying in general, even if he thought council was on his side, do you think he would ever be that cocky or that confident? Never. Did Rosencrantz get in trouble?
I guess you
We're
can't
not
say.
at liberty
you
to
can't
say
even
that.
Okay. Well, think about it. Because if the answer is no inside your head, there's a fucking problem.
You are aware of what has happened with your Justin.
Yes,
You are not aware of what has happened with anybody else.
I'm not.
And we can't make you aware.
No,
Right.
I can't respond to
No,
those.
in that video, that particular guy was forced to retire.
I did that.
Yep. So, because of some very toxic, confident overuse of power and whatever happened between the communication with Daryl and Rosencrantz, these two people basically pushed a grandpa out of his work. He said he went back to work. In that video, you can hear him talk about going back to work. You have that kind of mentality existing in the city, doing that to other people, and he's getting yelled at for helicopter seats coming out the fucking gutter? All right, to jump back in here and give you guys some context, because again, I never planned on being a podcaster, and we just would take the information as it comes. So sometimes I have to put things that we find at different dates, locations, and all the things, but you put them together and you can get a clear understanding of how toxic this city is. So going off of the clip of portions of that meeting from, again, September 10th. Now, I hadn't even got the email back that went to the sheriff's department by that time. So again, kind of keep in mind what I do and what I don't know in these times. But the audio clips that you heard from Justin, we needed to protect ourselves. And those were done specifically because of the fact that he has nobody on his side. And he wanted to make sure that if they were going to try to target him or set him up, that he was going to be prepared. And it worked out wonderfully to capture the toxic style environment that just exists. I mean, he didn't go out intending to set these guys up for failure, but this is how they regularly talk. And this is how they behave, yet, and everybody knows it because Daryl's been in these meetings. I mean, they don't get in trouble for anything. And this is the style of people that are working on your tax dollars to behave this way. So, you know what? They wanted to come after Justin Aleshire. It backfired tremendously. So, focusing on what you see first, you're going to see the data request number 14 on these horseshit forms that she has, or had, because now she's changing them. But I asked for complete work files on Justin Schendel, Justin Rosencrantz, and that if they're, obviously, because I know they can't share everything, if redactions were necessary, that I just want to see the forms that they were on. Like, you could almost redact the whole page, but just prove that they've gotten in trouble. Because they haven't, and I know this. This has not been fulfilled. Say the date, 12/5/25. I want to jump into some text messages between Suzanne Herstead and I. I want to make it very clear that I've always reached out to her. And she always answered. I don't feel like she had malicious intent to start anything, but what I have always gotten from Suzanne is transparency. And I've been sharing almost all of my data and the things that I found along the way. In this first text going back to August, this was just days after we got the CPS thing. And then there was a recording while Justin went to City of Rice Lake and asked to do data request. And then Carly thought this was the perfect opportunity to completely bash his wife and basically slander me the entire time. I sent that audio recording to Suzanne to try to see if I could, get some more detail out of it. One of the responses that I thought was really interesting is, Suzanne, to me, don't believe that they all want to keep Justin. Tony was ready to fire him up until the day I left. You can't see my emojis, they come across as an error box, but my response to her is, what is it that she is so obsessed with him about? Is it just because she didn't win when she tried to flex her power and now she has it out for him? Or is it me? That is why I truly think it was her that called on us. Because again, remember, we didn't know at this point that it was Daryl. I say she is 100% an evil, evil person. And that's the same tactic she used when going after Justin. She let it breathe for a little bit. She would wait until things were unexpected, and then she shoots her shot. Jumping all the way to November, this is obviously after the September 10th meeting at City Hall. I had it recorded. I sent it to Suzanne. This was her response. Tony and Jamie hint that there was possible disciplinary actions to Rosie. Not true. He never got in trouble for anything. I had followed up on some statements you made about JR wearing shorts to work and inappropriate texts. He was talked to, but never any write-ups. Not even a verbal warning requiring a signature. The whole union thing? Nothing. I write, exactly. I know that Justin Aleshire is the only one that gets punished for anything. I would love to request all the work files just to prove that point. She writes back, the toxicity going on within Public Works was more than you realize. She wrote JA. I asked her later on, I'm not going to share the screenshot, but I just said, did you mean JR? And she said, oops, yep, typo, meant JR. So I'm going to read it with her correction. And if anybody thinks that I'm lying, I can always post the corrected version. JR and JS were taking pictures of your husband stopping at a gas station in Superior, Wisconsin. The guys were taking some recycling there one day. They sent the pictures to Shane. Tony and Shane wanted to write Justin up for not asking to stop outside his work path. I asked Shane, who took the pictures? And then he told me. I said that we cannot have staff spying on each other. And JA probably had to go to the bathroom. It was stupid. Tony and Shane were getting upset with me because I refused to write your Justin up. I had point blank asked if they were following the other Justins around to catch their mistakes. Of course, the answer was no. Shane phrased it and said he just happens to walk through and find instances. I won't say JA was perfect, but until I saw that they were treating everyone the same, with the same standard, I would not be writing JA up. That included City Hall staff. Every employee has made mistakes, some pretty big, but they never got written up. The issue was pointed out, and then we all moved on. And she continues to write, after my obvious emoji, there was a handwritten letter from JS and JR stating that they did not want to be represented under the class action grievance that was filed in order to get the video of the union. Shocker! Why wouldn't they want that? Could it be that they were involved? How interesting. I thought it was important to follow that text message with this data request because at this point in December when he got sent home again, I was like, F it, I'm asking for everything because I never get answers and this is the only way they've ever told me to ask questions. So I say, provide all texts and pictures sent from JS and JR to Shane on December 15th through the 20th, 2024, mainly about or while doing a recycling trip to Wisconsin. And this request as well has not been fulfilled. The next one is December, when Justin gets sent home. I write, Justin got sent home today. Jamie said she knew nothing about it. Suzanne writes, why did he get sent home? I send the recording of him talking to Shane about being sent home. And I say, note the words, been informed to send you home. And when Justin asks him if Tony and Daryl are behind it, he says, that doesn't matter. So I told Jamie that I know JR and JS never get in trouble, and this was her response. She says, and what Suzanne failed to mention is that I spearheaded the effort to stop this. She had no intentions of stepping in until I brought up the very concerns she outlined to you. I also took it further and said I would not tolerate this kind of behavior in the future and asked that JR and JS be told of my stance on this. You can choose to believe Suzanne or you can choose to believe me. I have no reason to lie. I have no idea about Suzanne's mindset. And then below, I just put my little screenshot just proving that this is what Jamie had said. And then I also respond to Jamie by saying, I believe in good. And good will always triumph over evil. And then a meme that says, evil can never win. It may thrive, but it can only be for a while. Good always wins in the end. The continuation of this is that Suzanne responds by saying, she spearheaded the whole thing? That's laughable. But in her defense, I was trying to drop comments to her to make her question things. I was trying not to be confrontational about Justin's deal, so I didn't make her suspicious. I wanted her to honestly come to the same conclusion I had. I didn't want her to just agree with me. I wanted her to see it for herself. So if she wants to take credit for it all, fine with me. I had dropped many comments to her before she finally made a comment that she was suspicious of the whole thing. And I was like, finally. Suzanne still writes, she was really helping me with Justin's deal. That is true. Suzanne, again, the part of me having no intentions of stepping up is an unfair statement. I had many conversations with Tony and Shane without her involvement, and even with Jamie, that disproves that. I write to her, I believe you. She has given me no reason to believe her. And quite honestly, she just keeps burying herself. Suzanne, I have to listen to that message yet. I had to find my headphones. I write, it's a recorded conversation of Justin in Shane's office. Suzanne, how was my name even brought into this? Me. I told her that I confronted you the same exact way I confronted her, but the difference is that Suzanne has always been honest and candid with me. I also have repeated the claim many, many times that nobody else gets in discipline but Justin Aleshire, and I know if she tries to say the other ones have, that it's a lie. And then Suzanne writes, no one else has gotten in trouble up until the day I left.
But that's why I'm curious. I want to see this. I want to see, everything that happened that night. And then people said there was an angry mob outside. Get the hell out of here.
It was pretty bad.
It was wild.
It was bad. It was very bad.
Bob Quaid was.
Oh, he was hot. I saw that.
No,
I was
but
right
he
there.
was verbally assaulted when he walked out the door.
half of
He
the
was
people that walked out
attacked.
of the building
Oh,
were verbally assaulted.
well, see,
It's absurdity, you know it, and you guys had the chance to stop it. And you've done nothing. You've put our family through hell. And Bob, I told you, pay attention to what happens next. When I asked you, what did you just do? You said I did what was right. And I said, for who? Your family or mine? It has been hell since the day you decided to put him back on. And then I also told you in the parking lot, remember my children's faces when my husband is unemployed.
I would like to comment, one comment on that. I have no family that lives in my city. I have no family that lives in my place. So how is that benefiting whatever I did. I suggested appointment for someone who I thought was best fitted for the job.
Yes.
There's no question about it.
You also knew what that person has done to our family. And my
No, I don't.
initial response was,
No, I don't.
who is it for? Your family or mine? You know what we've gone through.
Show some humility and apologize to the citizens of Rice Lake for your behavior the last 20 months, and especially in the parking lot, June 23rd.
Are you
You
kidding?
own that. Yes,
Are you kidding?
that is serious. It's a fact.
Listen,
Okay.
those words show humility. Done with this conversation. Hypocrisy at its finest, city of Rice Lake. Sarah, let's do something about it. I'll do what I feel is appropriate. Yeah, good should prevail.
I had to add this little part because we just did the secret admirers one where I basically say, it's my idea, then it's their idea. It's my words, then it's their words. This is Daryl Johnson at his finest. If you watch in the 623 meeting when he's up there, I yell from the back the big offensive when everybody's glaring at me. It was almost like they had memos like glare at her. It was really weird. I mean, mean mugging, straight staring the whole time. It was weird. But I yell, how about some humility? How about we have some apologies? Like what he just said to me that I owe the city an apology, it's laughable because and again, it's a ripoff because those were my words to him. So
Commander Rash, you had agreed to come up and discuss some things.
Again, my name is Wade Rash. I'm a Duluth Division Commander in the Sheriff's Office. Last week at the Finance Committee, I made these remarks, and it was decided because of the benefit of having everyone here at the regular council meeting that I would make them again. And it's just regarding proper decorum in a public meeting such as this. On June 23rd, after the last regular scheduled meeting, there was conduct that the Sheriff's Office reviewed, primarily that occurred in the parking lot after the meeting. That was quite frankly, was just unacceptable. We want all people, all residents to feel comfortable to come to a meeting and leave without feeling harassed or threatened or exposed to conduct that is unnecessary. And so I hate to take on a teacher-like role, but I would like to just briefly read this disorderly conduct statute. I am not. We are not here as a sheriff's office to try to limit people's ability to speak, but and certainly voice their concerns, but it has to be done in the proper way, so as not to offend others unnecessarily. So, without further ado, disorderly conduct is a crime. Whoever does any of the following in a public or private place, including a school bus, knowing or having reasonable grounds to know that it will tend to create alarm, anger, or disturb others, or provoke an assault, or breach the peace, is guilty of disorderly conduct. The first substatute is fighting. I think we all can understand. When we all start fighting, that would be a problem. But most appropriate here would be disturbs an assembly or meeting that is not unlawful in its character. That would be describing a city council meeting. So what could be disturbing mean? It could be engaging in offensive, obscene, abusive, boisterous, or noisy conduct, or an offensive, obscene, or abusive language tending reasonably to arouse alarm, anger, or resentment in others. So I'm sorry to take up our time to read the disorderly conduct statute, but some people were questioning what would be the ramifications of similar conduct as we saw in the parking lot at the last meeting, and that would be the answer. It would be a citation for disorderly conduct. I certainly hope that it doesn't have to come to that, but I did want to share in advance so that people weren't, I guess, surprised or blindsided by the fact that we certainly want to enforce proper behavior and decorum for these meetings. Are there any questions?
I'm good.
I feel like it was necessary to put these things out there because I have more evidence on a certain portion showing that the whole appointment of Daryl for the second time, it was all pre-planned. It was behind Suzanne's back. I know this, and I'll get into that on a later date. But here is a Facebook post that came out on June 4th. Just a random, I'm so awesome, I'm amazing, look at me. Now, Facebook did change his title to say Rice Lake City Council. At the time, it didn't have that. But he just writes a post, and you can pause the screen if you want to, if you seriously want to read it. But I just wanted to point out the date. He's basically saying we generously donated our time and labor. Like, I'm from a family that when we do things, we just do them. Like, we don't make a Facebook post saying that we did them and we donated them and like trying to get a pat on the back. It's strange. Flash forward, not kidding, 5 days. In 5 days after, like crickets from Daryl, and then all of a sudden I'm so wonderful post, then magically we get into a city council meeting where John Hagstrom drops this bomb that he's going to be resigning because his workload at his regular employment. And in here, I'm not going to read it, but you could definitely pause and try to scan it, or if you want to message me, I'll send it to you. But it's one of those things. It's when you read through it, you can see that pretty much they know what's going on. And then it says John urged the council to act quickly to fill his seat, since we are coming up on the summer season and we want to maintain a quorum, and noted he is available to help with the transition. So it's like, hurry up, hurry. Do it as fast as you can because we already have somebody. That's pretty much what I gathered. This is the announcement that was on the webpage. It's pretty basic. Just says they're announcing John Hagstrom's resignation. And, they have to legally post this. So, I mean, they can't just go and be like, yeah, well, we already picked Daryl behind Suzanne's back. So we're just going to let you guys look like idiots because you're going to apply. You're going to actually give it your heart and soul. And you're probably a way better, healthier fit. But we got to go with our good old boy, Daryl. This is a Facebook post that Daryl did where he's basically sharing his email that he sent to Mayor Herstead after she resigned, because why wouldn't she when the entire council plotted behind her freaking back? They are disgusting. So he puts this up basically saying that he didn't get a response and that he wants to heal the community. And it's like, oh yeah, you really, really wanted to heal the community when you told the same thing to my husband and then days later sent stuff to the sheriff's department for our family. Like, you're Jekyll and Hyde. Don't act like you want to heal anything. I had to put this because I guarantee they most likely think it's me. It was not. And I love that somebody wrote this. I have no clue. I asked all the people that I know and nobody claimed it. So it was somebody feeling emboldened. But it basically says, tell the people of Rice Lake that you knew beforehand. Because we all knew it. Everybody. Every single person. This is just, it's so blatantly obvious. It's disgusting. The next videos in sequence are Daryl's interview on 6/23, and then the short blip that Tony made sure to send to the sheriff's department saying that I was yelling at the counselor, which I wasn't. And then there's 2 videos of the parking lot. They're obviously the same, but they give you a different vantage point and you can hear better audio on either or. So, yeah, you determine if I need to totally eat crow and apologize for the last 20 months, I'll totally do that. If you think I am as offensive as Daryl claims me to be.
Next, we have Daryl Johnson. Daryl, come on up. I have to admit, I didn't think I'd see you up here for a while after the last time we saw each other.
I thought I was retired, but I really truly enjoy being with you guys and serving the city.
If you don't mind, holler into that mic a little bit. Very good.
I can yell. Good evening, I'm Daryl Johnson. Been a resident of Rice Lake for 35 plus years. My family has owned land here since 1980. And then I moved up after I graduated high school and developed the property. And then called it home. I raised 2 kids. My wife and I have been married for 31 years, and it's just a great place to raise your family. I'm so glad to be a part of it. Glad that you are all here tonight. Mayor, council, citizens of Rice Lake, I extend my sincere gratitude to John Hagstrom for his invaluable contributions to our community. His knowledge and leadership will be deeply missed. Thank you, John, for everything you've done for us.
Thanks, Daryl.
I've learned a lot. I still enjoy public service, and I feel I still have a lot to give back to our community. I'll do my best to make this a positive experience for everyone. I firmly believe working with all of you would demonstrate our commitment to the greater good of our citizens and help heal the divide in our community. I will always cherish the memories of our past endeavors together. We did a lot as a city council. Recently, I volunteered my time to close out the Rice Lake and Martin Road Utility Extension Project. I engage in discussions with the engineer, city staff, to ensure the project's successful completion. I also just recently volunteered my time to assist Public Works in their first ever hydrant and valve replacement on Arnold Road. That was huge for this community. When I came on after John Warner passed, I wanted to train our Public Works to do the work that Rice Lake used to hire me for. We were able to get a mini excavator approved by City Council. We've done great things to save our community money. And I've enjoyed it. It was like building a second construction company. I want to thank our Public Works staffs that are here tonight. You guys are all doing great. I'm always watching when I'm driving around the community. My expertise in city infrastructure is an asset for our community, allowing me to assist in future planning while overseeing existing infrastructure. Our city engineers look forward to having me back at the table. All city projects I was involved in never went over budget, and I always insisted on fiscal responsibility throughout my term as councilor. It was the first time the Public Works budget wasn't operating in the red. We have all set up Rice Lake for a positive, bright financial future. Mayor, council, we have accomplished remarkable things together in the past. I think my appointment would show the voters we can all work together and help move our community forward in a positive way. I would be honored to serve with you all again. I would like to recognize the city staff and residents that are here to show their support in moving this appointment forward for Rice Lake. Thank you very much for your consideration.
Thank you. Any questions from the council?
Daryl, what's one of your biggest assets that you think you can bring?
I can bring unity. I can bring our community back together. I enjoy meeting with the public. My last 2 years on city council was the greatest time of my life. That's why I'm back. I don't want to leave. I got so much knowledge to share. And the second point, Councilor Hendrickson, infrastructure, future planning is what I thrive on. I can see so far into the future, and I want to share all those experiences. I have, for the last 6 months, shared those experiences with Rice Lake. I can't go away. I got all this stuff in my mind, and I want to keep sharing it with Shane, Tony, the councilors, on how to move this city forward.
Tell us how you learned about this position.
I learned about it 2 weeks ago during the council meeting when John Hagstrom put in his resignation.
Tell us how you are going to bring the community back together, and how will you show us that you'll be unified with the full council?
What I like about this opportunity, Mayor, is that I came forward into a city hall that's divided. And I'm here to work together with all of you, including you, Mayor. I sent you a message last week.
And I ignored it.
And that's okay, but I just wanted to let you know that I am here to move us forward in a positive way. And I promise I will.
Tell me how, because this isn't the first text and the first email that I've received from you to work together. And it has backfired each time.
I don't think anything has backfired, Mayor. I've worked hard for this community, and I know you know it. We did great things all the way up until the campaign started. You and I sat in this city hall after council meetings planning the future of this city. Public Works, the mini excavator. I am absolutely happy with our track record, and I know we can get back there. I promise you.
Tell me what changed in the last 6 months. December 9th, I remember it all too well.
I wasn't here December 9th. I was on vacation.
I'm pretty sure it was December 9th.
No, I was with Ferris in Las Vegas on our Pikes flight.
I think you know the time that I'm talking about.
Is this getting a personal,
Yeah, it feels like it. It's not so real at all.
You abstain from being part of choosing since you really don't like him? Exactly.
Things I can move on.
Why would we want to invite that back in? Just think. Let's start.
No.
Let's get happy.
Okay, who's ready to get happy?
Obviously, you're not. You're sitting there with an attitude. Yes.
I don't think that you were here.
I don't have to be. I'm sitting here now watching you, and all the things that you have said have been negative. All right? You have no business being negative. You're supposed to be biased, unbiased, and you're not. And that's not okay.
I think she's bringing up great concerns, though, that people need to hear.
There's a lot that people don't know behind the scenes. Let's just say that.
That's all.
There is a ton that she is holding back. So you just give her that opportunity, because she has yet to give an apology.
She just asked questions.
Oh, so maybe she's not old one. We talked about humility on this application. About being humble and apologizing for wrongs. Let's start there. Yeah, maybe she should step up and do that. Yeah. Her. Some of the lies that were told.
Any further questions for Daryl?
Thank you for that, gavel. I want to thank you for your interest, Daryl, to be part of this again. Thank you for the work that you've done for Rice Lake, and I know that you're sincere about it. Sure, you are. Whatever kind of little differences we have, the personalities around here can be left out, not even in the parking lot, down the road someplace. Not in here, not as long as I'm in this chair.
Thank you.
I'm not going to put up with it, and I don't expect you folks to do it either. You can have your differences. Thank you.
I appreciate that. Councilor Quaid, I stepped forward into the building to try to heal this community. Even the people that are upset with me, I'm here to heal this. And I will work harder than I had before. We will be successful. And I promise to all of you. To you, Mrs. Aleshire, also.
Okay. So thank you, Daryl. I would encourage anybody after this meeting to meet with me in City Hall. You know who you are. You all know who you are. I've seen your names all on Facebook. Either we do this and we move on, or we don't, and we keep having this. And don't get me wrong, I love having all you guys here, but there's some stuff that happened that has not been addressed. I took all the heat, and I'm okay. I will stand up and take the heat. But this is going to keep happening, and I agree with all of you. I totally agree. We got to move on. But there's some people that need to start talking, and they're all in this room. Understand?
Facebook is recreation, information. This is business. We don't conduct city business on Facebook or any other social media. It goes down right here.
Thank you. Any further questions for Daryl?
I'd just like to say, being a resident here for 40 years, in a short period of time I've known Daryl, he got a lot done for this city, and I appreciate it. I would like to see him back in.
Thank you. Okay, next we have Pat McDonald.
Thanks, Phil.
That is the most unprofessional shit job I've ever seen.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. Well, we knew what was going to happen with him too. How are we supposed to?
Well, the cook got in.
Yep, you did.
You knew it was gonna happen.
Oh,
Time to move.
Huh? No, we need to warn now. Why didn't she pull a motion? We need to make him fucking accountable.
You wanna dig up more shit again, or what? No. Good.
Hold on.
I don't wanna hear that shit. That's bullshit and you know it.
No, there's a lot of stuff you don't know.
Fuck it ain't. Don't start. Don't start.
If that happened to your wife.
Tim, you're digging up shit again. You need to shut up.
I got the email.
Hey, buddy.
Good, how you doing?
Gee, we We all didn't see that coming. Fucking city. Joe. 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 Fucking hate the city. And Jerry got a little push. Jerry got a little push. So you're a project manager?
Huh?
Hey, you.
Hey, Sandy, how are you? No, not a, this whole process.
I just said it right in front of all of them.
What'd you say?
I went up to Bob and I said, what the fuck did you just do? And he goes, I did what's right. I said, to my family or yours?
She walked up to me and said she was impressed.
How come nobody said anything else? Why didn't she hand pull her vote and say, I motion somebody else?
What a fucking...
You have a problem with me? I'm serious. You glared at me.
I didn't even your mom to calm down. How come you don't get the gavel? Everybody else gets the gavel.
Bullshit. The gavel came out after everybody started saying things. I didn't even open my mouth until everybody was already talking. I didn't. Because the guy or whoever decided to suggest it. I opened the door for everybody. Oh, I know.
And then slam your hammer the minute you're confronted or you don't like something you heard. I like this guy.
Sorry, he did a great job.
Well, I was facing that.
And I don't have a reason to be professional. You have? What did he do? He doesn't come on the road. Oh, because you know. Oh, yeah. You've been fed.
What I said, I don't know how bad I like her. And as a citizen, I want to encourage you to
The whole
give her a shot.
council is corrupt.
Yeah.
Hager's got him in his pocket.
You were wonderful.
They are.
Probably didn't do that great.
I
tried.
They are.
No, you don't.
Corrupt. Worse than John
You
Werner.
should be careful.
Worse than John Werner.
Seriously, I'm the one that has a short-term memory.
Not professional.
And guess what? They're going to have professional at all. They are. So guess what? You should just be careful. If you ever glare at me again like that without saying something, we're going to have issues. No. The glaring is the 7th grade. Grow up.
So you can... Oh, that's what I was hoping.
Did she say, did she vote in? Oh, at the end? Okay, so there it is. There it is. So, Bob did it, then Hendrickson, but they said say aye. Did she say aye?
Well, it was Bob.
And Mike. Oh, okay, I didn't hear the second. Who's that? Is that? He does a roll like this. Oh, with what? Describe the machine to me. I'd love to hear you explain what a grater is. They're all being fed the wrong thing. It probably is.
They live on Gordon Road. Yeah, they live on the...
That's Sandy's.
Right off of... Grapevine Road, yeah.
It's a temporary thing.
Oh, yeah, exactly. But it was a good time to do the temporary thing till the right time. Yeah, thank you.
Figure it out at the ballot box, that's how it's
Yeah,
supposed to
so
go.
great. Sorry to bother you. Jeffrey McClure, ladies now.
Yep.
I was just wondering, I wasn't able to get an interview with you here. Would you be able to talk a little bit
I'd
about
rather not.
Okay. I could, I mean, I'll just say, I would just ask you about your decision was based on the temporary thing, so if you wanted to talk about that. Okay.
Yep. It's a temporary thing.
Yep.
Figure it out at the ballot box. That's how it goes down.
Yep. Thank you. I understand. So, have a good rest of your night.
Yes.
Wow. Really?
Yep. When is this corruption gonna stop? What corruption do you see? Are you kidding me?
Look at Bob. That corruption.
You think Daryl's gonna be leaning on him?
No, I think he's gonna go after us. He's gonna go after us.
Come on.
He's already gone after his job.
That was
once,
not the right thing.
Twice.
He won't.
My cousin works for the city, and Daryl tried to sabotage him and get him fired.
Why vote him in then? Why vote him in?
We just told
He's a corrupt piece of shit.
We just told the community we are a good old boys club, and we ain't changing. That's
exactly what I brought up during the election.
Yeah, but how does anybody get
It
experience?
doesn't matter if he's qualified or not. He's a fucking construction worker. Big deal. He is successful.
And so is she.
There's no question.
And so is she.
There's no question. And you know what? He does good work too.
She's very successful. Does that qualify
It
her?
doesn't take away the fact that
She doesn't
got
talk about
preferential
bullshit. You don't know.
jobs here.
Good for you.
Right? Get on Facebook. Yeah, whatever, Bob. Nice job. Great job, Bob. We're proud of you. Fucking disgusting. I'm going to. Don't worry. Don't worry, Bob. I'm going to.
You want the sheriff to show up for this one?
Call him up. I don't give a shit. I know him very well.
What for? You gotta pay him too.
Bullshit. This fucking city is a joke. I don't know how you could even apply for that shit. Well, I'm very well aware of it. Yeah. I've been here. Daryl has every one of those assholes in his pocket.
If you run a business long enough, like I have.
Unbelievable. Unacceptable. No,
People that don't run business.
But I had for 25 years. And I can see it. I don't even need to explain it.
How many people on the council that ever make a payroll? They haven't had the balance, they're perfect.
Then you got a guy like you or I who can manipulate things.
You know what? And here's what I have a problem with. I brought up questions, okay, during the election, and because I went against the grain of what he wanted to do, I didn't. I have commendations for the FBI, the ATF, the EPA, and the Commercial Service, okay? I have integrity, okay, and credentials. And he's gonna sit there and tarnish me because I ask him questions. He's a crooked piece of shit.
You know how many people go to my mom's small town? They come back.
This place is disgusting.
They come to see whatever's going on. They don't put their phone to
Yeah, and they're gonna elect this piece of shit. And Tony's one of the biggest cancers in that bill.
That's the one that just got the recent LAC.
I don't like the junk in some yards. That drives me nuts.
I don't care if it's, I mean, I actually. Yeah. Right.
I get the records request, and that's getting sent to the state. His corruption is going to the state, not him. You know, I'm done. He's gonna what? Whatever. Yeah, but you can't bury documents. Well, Tony actually violated state statute by not providing information when requested. She buried it because she's in Daryl's pocket.
Could be intimidating.
The whole place is disgusting. And the undermining that's been going on with everybody in there.
My neighbor's got snowmobiles, campers, rusted bicycles, 1930s car that is old, hasn't renewed for the last. He keeps adding. Why didn't she pull him over?
You got more shit again or what? No. Good.
Don't start. Tim, you're digging up shit again. You need to shut up. What are you doing? Gee, we all didn't see that coming. Go. Go. Go.
come you didn't just put your phone down? Why didn't you just say? Yeah, but you're in the way. You could have started with somebody else.
You think Daryl shouldn't be leaning on you?
No, I think he's gonna go after us. He's gonna go after us.
Come on.
He's already gone after his job once.
Not the right thing.
Twice. My husband works for the city and Daryl tried to sabotage him and get him fired.
Why vote him in then? Why vote him in?
We just told him. Stop. Wait. We just told the community we are a good old boys club and we ain't changing. That's what we
Exactly
did.
what I brought up during the election.
Yeah, but how does anybody get
It
experience?
doesn't matter if he's qualified or not. He's a fucking construction worker. Big deal. Yeah, he is
And
successful.
so is she.
There's no question.
And so is she.
There's no question. And you know what? He does good work too.
She's very successful. Is that qualified her just the same? She doesn't talk about bullshit. You don't know. Good for you.
Get on Facebook. Yeah, whatever, Bob. Nice job. Great job, Bob. We're proud of you. Fucking disgusting. I'm going to. Don't worry. Don't worry, Bob. I'm going to.
Want the sheriff to show up for this one?
Call him up. I don't give a shit. I know him very well.
All I have to say I mean, like, we're here to have a conversation. And if they call her,
The whole place is disgusting. And the undermining that's been going on with everybody in there.